So earlier today, at work, I had to do like a employee review type thing. And when I had to do it, I had to talk about my accomplishments that I've done at work. And uh the lady, she was really cool, but she was like, don't feel shy. Like, I know you're usually used to not bragging about yourself, but in this instance, I need you to brag about yourself. I need you to tell me everything that you've done, everything that you've accomplished. And it just made me flash back to when I first moved to LA, because when I moved to LA and you're trying to get managers, you're trying to get agents, booking agents, you're trying to get record deals. And the only way you can sell yourself is to, talk about your accomplishments and basically, let people know why they should fuck with you. And the only way you do that in an environment like Hollywood is kind of brag about yourself in a tasteful way, if you can do it. Um, and I was never good at that for the longest time, because, you know, if you come up on the lower side of the socioeconomic scale, if you don't have a lot of money and a lot of resources, you're always told to, stay out of the way, don't be rude, mind your manners, blah 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 blah, so on and so forth. And like, part of all of that is not being conceited. And just talking about your accomplishments among people who may not be as accomplished can be seen as um, being conceited or being full of yourself, or putting others down, when you're really just speaking facts. And so I bring all this up because we had a meeting the other day with the 805 media people at our Connect compound and at our virtual compound. And something we've been diving into for the past year or so is like, why is it so hard for the different areas of the coast to connect? And Rare Breed, shout out to Ant Rare Breed, he's been digging into this, and he's been talking to a lot of artists and like letting them know, especially in the Oxnard, Santa Barbara, Ventura areas, like, yo, 805 also goes up to San Luis Obispo and Paso Robles, and those dudes are super cool up there. You should connect with them. And the response that he said he's been getting back is like, oh, well, we never thought about reaching out. We didn't necessarily know we could reach out, because, sometimes I'll try to reach out and then an artist won't hit me back, and they make me feel like, that maybe I'm doing the wrong thing, or maybe I shouldn't be reaching out and I should just wait until people reach out to me. And I think that everybody might have that mentality, whether it's because, you feel more accomplished, so you feel that other people should be reaching out to you, or maybe it's because you feel not as accomplished. And so you feel like, I don't want to, maybe offend somebody or step out there and put myself over the line, so you don't reach out. I think all of that comes from the same place of like, trying to maintain this false sense of humility that you've been taught to have your whole life. And that's great for being a person, right? Like, for being a human being in just a regular civil human environment, for sure. Be a great person. And I'm not saying you can't be a great person and talk about your accomplishments, but I think that mentality of not bragging about yourself, not talking about your accomplishments, is meant for like just a regular social setting. As an artist, you need to be able to feel comfortable selling yourself and telling people what you have accomplished. What do you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? So I want to try an exercise for all the artists that are in the chat, for all the artists that are maybe watching on the replay. Go ahead and drop your latest accomplishment in the chat. Go ahead and drop your latest accomplishment in the comments. Hype yourself up, because what that might do is it might let people see like, oh, this person did X, Y, and Z as a photographer, or as a videographer, or as a producer, or as a songwriter, or as something else. That's a person I need to get to know, and that might encourage them to reach out. I want to help break this ice up. I want to help people feel more comfortable, not only speaking about their accomplishments, but connecting with each other. So go ahead and drop your accomplishments in the chat. No pressure if you don't want to, but this is a great opportunity for you to break the ice and not be as nervous. So if you accomplish something that you're proud of, it can be as small as you want it to be. It can be as, maybe you just got up and you took a walk, and you never do that, and that's something that you're proud of. Or maybe you fucking landed that deal that you've been trying to get after. Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. You feel what I'm saying? Graham C says MTV or Box saying this. Wait, remind me what's that in reference to? Graham C says comparison is the thief of joy with other artists. It's always important to remember it ain't a scene, it's a goddamn arms race. I love that. Those are bars too. Key says talk that talk. Graham C says I'm booking and starting my second podcast because the first one is doing so well, and I think that deserves an applause. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's an accomplishment that should be celebrated, and I love to see it. Congratulations, Graham C. Um, Key says executive produced a project for the first time on Randy's project, and this music video is dropping tomorrow. I also love to see that. Congratulations, that deserves huge applause. Stepping up into the executive role. And let me tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? Executive producing is much different than producing because you have to see the whole picture. So you're not just giving over the beat and then letting it go. When you're the executive producer, you have to see the whole picture. Uno does that really, 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 really well. Key is stepping into that role, and I'm sure he'll do that really well, especially if a talented person like Randy White trusted you to do that, then I'm sure you're going to do it really, really well. So congratulations. Black Truffle TV says it's not my latest, but my 100th episode is in a month. Let's go. That deserves applause. Congratulations. I love to see it. Love to hear it. That deserves applause for sure. For sure. What else we got, y'all? What else we got? Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Seven Records says he eats ass. You feel what I'm saying? As long as you ain't getting no what are those dingleberries in your beard or in your dreads, then you know what I'm saying, that's fire. I don't know that it deserves applause, but I respect it. Graham C says, fuck yes, get that executive producer key. Graham C says 100th episode, that's wild. Yeah, no, I'm saying like that's a big accomplishment. And I just really wanted to put that out there because once Rare Breed told me that he's been getting that response from people, that people are just nervous to reach out to each other and don't know what to say and don't know what to do. That's something that I never thought about. It never crossed my mind, honestly, because I come from the era of like chasing down, you know what I'm saying? Like if I know, let's say if I want to fucking link with Pharaoh Monch, and I know Pharaoh Monch is gonna be performing down the street, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. I'm gonna kick down the door and I'm gonna go find Pharaoh Monch. And this was in an era where I couldn't just pick up my phone and DM Pharaoh Monch or DM Mos Def. Like I had to go find these niggas. You know what I'm saying? I had to go get it, like in a way that I don't know kids will ever have to go and get it again. And so I think I just assumed that everybody had that mentality, and that because you have these incredible tools like social media to reach out to whoever you want to, that you would just do it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's my bad for assuming that. But I'm going to do what I can to help break that ice. Now, granted, I do think there should be a little bit of fear, because if you don't have to overcome fear, if you don't have to challenge yourself, then there's no way for you to really, really see how bad you want this artistry thing. So I'm not going to baby nobody, but I do now know what's standing in the way of people connecting, and I'm going to try to do my best to help people get over that. Key says word of mouth and handing out mixtapes. People have the quickest way to network in their pockets and act scary. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Like if you don't come from that era of printing up 50 CDs, 100 CDs, and hitting the block, hitting the busiest area in your city, in your community, and going hand to hand with it, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know about that, um it's a different kind of grind, you know what I'm saying? And that's just I come from before that, where it was even crazier than that, but like, so I just expect everybody to have that hustle and not have that fear. Like to me, that's like the step 101 of being an artist. But this is me recognizing that we're in a new time, we're in a new generation. Not all these artists are the same. I want to welcome and invite people to this community. So, I'm not going to baby you, but I will, if you're interested in getting the education and you're interested in getting the knowledge and you will apply it and not waste my time, then I'm happy to share and welcome you in. You know what I'm saying? Seven Records says Taboo 1, Taboo 2, Taboo 3, Taboo 4, Winners around the corner, Batman versus Superman in 2 years. Those are all projects that Uno dropped in 2 years. And that's what I'm saying. He comes from a different era too, of just when you want it, you have to go and get it. You have to really, really go get it. And um, yeah, it's just really shocking to me that that's not the mentality of every artist. But hey, such is life. What do you want me to say? Graham C says, I'm like Bone Crusher, never scared. Also stuck in 2004. Seven Records says, from no solo projects and to 6 in 2 years. From 0 solo projects to 6 in 2 years. That's two. Actually, that's way more than 2 successful DIY stories that you heard about in this chat. I told you one about how fucking that was an old success story about how I just shot a video with my drone and uploaded it and got the song in TV shows just because of that's just what happened. I didn't push it or anything. Black Truffle TV told you he's on his 100th episode. That means he shot 100 episodes of his podcast faithfully every week. He's doing his thing. Uno just told you he dropped 6 records in 2 years, y'all. Key, we just debuted a masterpiece of his own music, and then he says he's executive producing another project. So there really is no excuse as to why you should not be pursuing your dreams. There are tons of examples in this chat as to why fear should not be a reason you're not doing the things you want to do or connecting with the people that you want to connect with, especially now in this community as it grows. Because when things pop off, when things get big, like there was a time where I'm sure in Chicago, you could just go up to Chief Keef and you could just go up to Chance the Rapper and you could just go up to Kanye and you could just go up to whoever, because Chicago wasn't known as a city of superstars yet. You feel what I'm saying? But when the scene got bigger, then you're not going to be able to do those kind of things. You feel what I'm saying? And the same thing is happening here. The scene will get bigger, and if you're not building these relationships now, it's going to be a lot harder for you to forge them in the future. So that's why I wanted to do these things. I know that was really long-winded. Apologies. We're going to get right back to the music. I'm going to fire up the good cam for the last 15 minutes or so of this show and get back to it. But in the meantime, let's play this new music from Mike Valley and the name